How's it going, everybody? It's David here with solarpowermyrv.com, and today I just want to give you guys a quick tour of this solar power system that we just installed on this 2021 Jayco Eagle HT. This is a 29-foot fifth wheel, and we were able to fit 8 200-watt panels for 1,600 watts of solar on the roof. So starting down here at the bottom in the front bay, this is where we installed all the components, the lithium batteries, the inverter, the switches, the alternator charger, the charge controller, and all that. So this is where we installed the 2 lithium batteries. These are Epoch lithium batteries. They're 460 amp hours each. So this is 920 amp hours, which is like the equivalent of like 30 standard RV batteries just right here. So these have internal heaters for cold weather use. They have internal battery monitors so you can see all the inside information, and they have an 11-year warranty, and they're super compact for the amount of space they take up. So on this side of the bay, this is where his storage was. So we put up a little wall here to kind of protect it off and wall off the components from anything else. So this is where we put the solar controller, inverter, and Link's on-off switch here. So this is the main on-off switch for the system. So when he puts it in storage, he can just turn it off and nothing's going to drain the batteries. So we label it here so you can see what goes to what, and they will label the wires here. We have the solar power going directly to the batteries, so even if the switch is off, the solar will still charge his batteries while in storage. This is how all the components connect to the battery. So you see here we labeled it. This is called a Link's Power In, and it's basically just an extension of your battery post so you can easily connect components. So to the left here, this is the inverter. So this an inverter is basically going to take your battery power and turn it into household power. So all of your outlets and microwave and air conditioner and residential fridge and those type of things will work. So this is a MultiPlus 2 3,000 watt inverter from Victron. This one's made to power 50 amp RVs, and this is going to power everything on the electrical panel from the batteries. Now this is also a high power battery charger, so whenever you're plugged into your generator or you're plugged into shore power or campground power, it's going to supercharge your batteries and recharge them really fast. This unit basically replaces the stock converter that comes with your RV, because those typically are going to charge your lithium batteries really slow. It also just switches automatically from inverter to charger, so you don't even have to think about it. So the next component we'll talk about here is the Servo GX. So this Servo GX basically is the brains of the whole system. It takes all the components and they all connect to the Servo GX, and then it goes to the touchscreen system on the inside, and that's how all your components talk to each other. It will also connect to Wi-Fi, so you can monitor your system from anywhere in the world. So if you have a Starlink or a hotspot at your camper, this will connect to it, and you can see the same exact thing as the monitor on the inside from your phone or your laptop. And you can also turn your inverter on and off, start your generator, and do other many things, see your history, just from having this. The next thing we got here is the DC to DC charger. This is an Orion XS 50 amp DC to DC charger. So basically this is going to turn your tow vehicle into a high power charger. This is equivalent of about 700 watts an hour, or basically like having 700 watts of solar pumping at all time from your vehicle. Now when you add one of these, we typically run new wiring from the tow vehicle. We run some larger wiring with a separate plug, because the standard tow pin connection doesn't have enough big enough wiring to handle the power. So we'll run new wiring on the vehicle. That way you can have one of these, or if you have dual alternators, you can even run 2 of these to have 1,400 watts of power charging from your tow vehicle. These are great if you don't have a lot of solar, or if you don't have a generator and you just want to have a backup with your vehicle, or even if you want to have all 3. This is just going to give you one more way of charging your batteries in the event you have a lot of cloudy days, or you use more power than you thought, or if you need a backup, or if your solar's not keeping up with your use, or if you're in winter time and you're not getting a lot of solar. Something like an alternator charger, it's highly beneficial. So the next thing we installed here is the solar MPPT solar controller. This is going to handle up to 1,600 watts here. Which is what we have on the roof. This is going to take the solar power and turn it into usable battery power. and make sure that your batteries are not going to get overcharged or anything. And then we also typically will put a resettable breaker like this, so if it does trip for any reason, you can reset it, and we label it as well. And then we also put a resettable breaker from the panels to the controller, so you can always isolate and, you know, turn things on and off and troubleshoot if you need, without having to have fuses on hand. So that's all the components there. We try to design things so it's easy for our customers to use and make it easy to troubleshoot or for anybody to work on in the future. So we're gonna go ahead and go on the inside here, and I'll show you where we mounted the display monitor for the servo screen. So as I mentioned earlier about the servo having a touchscreen monitor where all the components connect, this is it here. And this is the main page. This is a 7-inch monitor, so it's pretty decent size and easy to read. And this is where all your components are. You can kind of see what's going on. You see what the inverter's doing. You can see the solar power charging. You can see your battery percentages. You can see your alternator power. You can see if your shore power is disconnected or if your generator's running. You can see everything from here. You have displays, and you can also monitor this online as well. So this is the online VRM portion that we set up for our customers, and this is how you can monitor your system remotely online if you have a Starlink or a hotspot. And this is how we help our customers troubleshoot and see what's going on with their systems. You can see it keeps track of all your history here. You can see day-by-day history. You can go yesterday. You can go back years. You can go as far back as to, you know, when it was installed. And you can see all the consumption, the solar power, the voltage of your batteries. You can see all the information here. So it's super easy to troubleshoot if you ever have issues, because you can see what's going on. You can also turn your inverter on and off here, set your shore power current limit. You can do a bunch of stuff here. So if you scroll here to the left, if you click remote console, this is going to show exactly what the screen on the inside of the camper shows, and it takes a second to pop up here. But this is going to basically mirror what we just saw on the touch screen. Just another, you know, way to view it versus the other way. Well, it does take a second here. So we got this connected to our Starlink in the shop, and this camper sitting outside the shop. So you can see this mirrors the same exact thing we just saw. And you can do all the same things. You can click on whatever you want here, and settings, you can turn the inverter on. You can see all your information. So it's pretty cool. And this is, you know, just another way you can monitor your system. You can see the solar, all the information here. There's alarms. You can see how much power you collected that particular day. So, you know, if you ever think something's not working on here, you can, you know, it's very easy to go and see, oh, look, here's the numbers. So yeah, that's how you get to the remote console part. Another thing you can do here that we do often is we use the notes here. We typically put notes of everything we installed on this RV, so we know what components this customer has. And then another thing we always do is put photos of our installation, of all the, you know, main components and the layout. So if you ever have issues in the future, it's easy for us to just look online and tell you where to go to look for, you know, the switch or a fuse, or at least we know what it looked like before, if there's any damage, or, you know, anything else that, you know, whatever you might need photos for. So if you're looking for a system like this for your fifth wheel, check us out at solarpowermyrv.com, where you can fill out a quote form and we can give you an estimate for your RV. We're located in Denver, Colorado, and we do quick turnaround times. Usually within a week, you'll have your RV back, and we have lots of 5-star reviews online. So check us out, solarpowermyrv.com.